Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a full face using the new products from Maybelline that recently came out. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I pulled my hair back off my face so that we can get started. Let's jump right in with the Master Camo Color Correcting Pens. As you can see, I have some major breakout issues. I've got the bags under my eyes, so let's start with this. It's a click up pen. And I have been using these for the last week. They do dry pretty quickly, so I suggest blending them in one color at a time. Next, we have the peach one for correcting dark circles for light to medium skin. I usually end up mixing these two under my eyes to correct this under eye bag situation. These are genetic. Thanks, Dad. I even have some blue going up here. You essentially want to cancel the blue out so that it's like a brown color when the two mix. That's why you use opposite colors on the color wheel. And I have a whole video dedicated to color correcting. If you guys are interested in seeing it, I'll try to link it up here. Okay, so on its own it looks pretty horrible, but this is before concealer. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of yellow to see if I can kind of brighten up this area. And you can see together, they kind of cancel out the blue and the darkness. So let's move on to some Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. I think I'm going to use the neutralizer and then a little bit of fair under my eyes. Just a little on these breakouts that I definitely need to cover. Millie, stop. My dog's in guard dog mode because she heard people talking outside. Not even near our house. And then finally I'm going to go in with a little bit of this fair just to brighten everything up, make it less yellow. And at this point, you don't really need that much foundation, which is nice. But I am going to go ahead and use, sticking with the Maybelline theme here, I'm going to use the Maybelline Dream Cushion Fresh Face Liquid Foundation to go in shade 30 Warm Nude. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Let's check out some powders. All right, so Maybelline came out with the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I have a handful of shades, but I pulled out 10 Fair Light and 20 Light Medium. I think Fair Light would probably work well to set my under eye area, and Light Medium would probably work well to set my face, and if it's too dark, I'll just mix the two together.
Just try to set the concealer areas first with the lighter powder.
And let's try the rest of the face with the light medium shade.
This actually might apply better with a brush.
Well. Next, let's try out the Master Bronze and Highlight Kit. And this is in the shade 10. This is what it looks like. Got highlight. Let me just see what these look like. Looks like we have two kind of highlighty shades and then a very warm and very cool bronzing powder right here. So I think I'm going to mix those for my highlight. Actually, I have another highlight. So why don't I mix these two bronzers and see how they work. I'm gonna go with the darker one first.
Come on, pigment. Let's go.
I don't like to spend a long time bronzing. I want to be able to go swish, swish, and bronzed. All right, now I'm going to take the warmer color, which has a little bit more shimmer. I still don't really feel like I'm getting that bronzy. Mix the two together here. And I use this brush all the time, so it's not the brush. There we go, we're finally getting somewhere. Okay, so now that I feel a little bit more glowy, we can move on to highlight options. We have either the highlights from this palette, which is like a champagne, like a peachy one. We have the Master Chrome highlighter, which everyone has been raving about, but from the swatch, I don't know that I'm gonna love it. It looks super, super gold and warm and almost glittery chunky. And they also came out with the Master Fairy Highlight, which they look very intense in here, but let me show you what they look like on the fingers. They look like that. But I feel like they don't look quite as intense on the skin. So why don't we try a couple of these actually? So I'm going to start off with the champagne-y one from the palette. Just as like a nice all over glow. Okay, so that's already a good glow for me. Then I think I'm going to do a little bit of the gold from here, from the Master Chrome, just ever so slightly. Just a little right here. And then from this palette, I'm going to take the yellow and just do it at the high points right there. Then next, they came out with a range of Fit Me blushes, which were not in my new from Maybelline video because I did not have them at that time. So there's a range of blushes here. I think I'm going to go a little bit neutral today because I do not know what I am doing, but they do have like purples and mauves and rosy pinks. I think I am going to go with number 15. This one is called Nude. Okay, that's a good color. This one broke in transit, so it's a little dusty. I usually do my blush before my highlight, but that's all good. Okay, then I'm just going to spray my face with a little setting spray to meld this all together before I let my hair back down. Blush and highlight are on. Clean up my workspace here and let's continue. Got my tea. All right. Next we have the eyes. There was an eyebrow product that came with the new launch items, but it was a chalk and very, very dusty, and I was not a fan of it, so I am not going to be using that today. I will use a different brow product today. But for the eyes, I am going to use the City Mini palettes. I'm not exactly sure what I want to go for today, so I pulled out 4 of them. I'm going to hop off camera, do one eye, and be back to show you what I did for the second one. Okay, so the one eye is done, and I used a combination of 3 palettes, so let me show you what I did. I started off using the Downtown Sunrise palette and mixing these 2 shades together to do my, like the base of my lids, just to kind of neutralize everything. Next I went in with a Wet n Wild brush and I went into the Graffiti Pop palette, this matte kind of grayish purple color, and that is going to be my transition and crease color. Then going into the Concrete Runway, I'm going to use this brownish gray color, just mostly on the outer corner and into the crease, just to deepen it up. And then just a little bit with this black color on the outer corner. Then going in with a flat shadow brush, I am going to take this beautiful sparkly color from the Graffiti Pop palette and put it all over my lid and like my lower crease. I just want to extend my lid so that when I close my eyes, you won't notice any color transferring up because I already went higher on my crease with this glittery color. They look about even. Then I took just a dash of this super sparkly color from the Concrete palette and just dotted it onto my lid. And then going back in with my blending brush, I'm just going to go back in with this gray and black and deepen up the outer part of my eye. And then to highlight under the brow area, I'm going to use this white shade up here. It's not a matte, but it's pretty close. And then for the inner corner, I am taking the shimmery white shade from the Concrete Runway palette. And then on the lower lash line, I am taking the mauve shade mixed with some brown and gray. Okay, so that is the shadow. Now let's check out the liner options. I'm just going to spray this to set it. And I'm using the energized water that I picked up at Nordstrom Rack for like $12 or $13 because I ran out of Fix Plus, and this is cheaper. Okay, in our liner options, we have a bunch of Master Precise Ink Metallic liners. We also have a Curvitude liner in black. But I feel like I want to do something fun today, so let's see what metallic ones we have. Black Comet, too boring. Ooh, this one maybe. Violet Nova, that might be pretty. Galactic Gunmetal, that might be nice. Teal Gold, no. Cosmic Purple. And Stellar Sand. This one might be too warm. So how about I swatch these two and we'll decide which one we are going to play with today. This one is Violet Nova. Ooh. That might be too similar to my eyeshadow color. We will see. And then we have Galactic Metal. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, I think we're gonna go with Galactic Metal. Okay, well, they're not exactly straight. One's going up a little bit more and one's going out a little bit more, but what is the story of my liner life? Well, you get the idea. So that's fun. I don't have a new eye product or mascara to try, so let me hop off, finish those, and I'll be right back. So this is the finished eye look. I ended up using a combination of Rimmel Wonderlash and Superhero Mascara by Cosmetics to get the volume and length. This one's for volume, this one's for length. So now it's time to move on to the lips, and I have 4 of the Superstay Matte Ink colors that I'm going to swatch and then decide which one to use. So let's start with the lightest one. These Superstay Matte Inks stay on for 16 hours of intense matte color that won't fade out, dry out, feather, or flake. Hyperpigmented lip color available in 10 shades, melts to lips for super staying power with a weightless feel, and it's $9.49. So let's try this out. So that's a nice color. We'll see how it wears down. Okay, so this is the finished look using the new Maybelline products. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.